Shah Rukh Khan was my first choice. I had worked with him in Dar and really liked him and his approach to work. I also discovered the impression I had of him was different to the person he really is. In fact, he was very close to how I perceived Raj Malhotra. Raj comes across as a cheeky guy, a carefree and reckless fellow, but is at heart a great guy. Stop.
I chose the passage.
I started seeing Raj in Shah Rukh. I was sure I did not want to. You saw this, you read this beforehand and edited it, na? I'm sure you have.
No, not at all. I don't even know. I've not seen this book before.
You have to hear this.
Nice
I
book,
was sure I did not want to cast anyone who was already a part of a memorable love story. So for me, Amir of Qayamat Se Qayamat Tak and Salman of Maine Pyar Kiya were out. This Shah Rukh has written. For sure. I needed an actor that the audience would not expect in a conventional love story. From that angle, I liked the fact that Shah Rukh had played a dangerous stalker and psychopath, an unpredictable bad boy. I could then surprise the audience by presenting him in a new avatar. But it was not easy convincing Shah Rukh. When I narrated the story to him, he was surprised I was making a love story. He thought I'd make an action film as a first movie. At that point in time, he wanted to play macho action hero roles.
Always.
This also you've written. And did not want to work in what he called pansy love stories. And although he liked the script, he didn't say yes. I remember I used to wait on his sets and try to persuade him. So one day on the sets of Trimurti, I noticed an old lady, a fan, who had come to see him. Shah Rukh is always good to his fans, and in his breaks, he takes the time to meet them. The old lady told him how much she loved him and added that he should stop doing dark and negative roles. I overheard her comments, and when Shah Rukh and I were alone, I said I agreed with her, whether or not he did Dilwale. He should consider playing a romantic hero, because unless he is seen as the ideal lover, the wonderful son, and the perfect brother, he would not become a superstar in India. So that was the reason that he convinced you.
No talent. Just
See, I'm telling you, he doesn't believe you're a good actor.
Nobody believes that. Yeah.
Shah Rukh listened, saying nothing. After that meeting, I confided in Karan that perhaps I should think of another actor, since Shah Rukh wasn't saying yes or no. Why not Saif Ali Khan? I liked Saif and thought he was a good actor. If Saif played Raj, I would adapt the character to suit him, make him slightly more westernized. He is a boy from London who slowly but surely discovers his Indianness.
Just imagine. बड़े शहरों में ऐसी छोटी-छोटी बातें तो होती रहती हैं, senorita.
Senorita. You would have said senorita better though. With more of an accent.
Okay.
As Shah Rukh wasn't sure of his answer, I decided it was best to tell him that I was casting someone else. With that in mind, Karan and I made our way to Mehboob's studio to meet him on the sets of Karan Arjun. When we got there, the first thing we see is Kajol storming out of the set in a rage. Shah Rukh comes running after her to calm her down. Karan and I look at each other perplexed. We decided to wait in case we could still manage to see Shah Rukh. So we stand under the porch near the building where the telephone operator sits. A few minutes later, a leading photographer arrives, fuming and screaming, "Where is Salman?" As he passes us, he bumps straight into Salman, who is coming from the other direction. They are both absolutely livid and a fist fight breaks out. A regular fist fight. Shah Rukh arrives on the scene and separates the two and takes Salman aside to cool him down. Karan and I are flabbergasted and think it's wise that we slip away quickly and sit in the studio garden. A few minutes later, what do we see? Shah Rukh is running at top speed down the long driveway, heading outside the studio gates with all his bodyguards sprinting after him. He's chasing a journalist with whom he is obviously angry. Karan and I, you did this.
I'm still doing this.
Yeah. Karan and I look at each other in further disbelief. Just when we decide this is too crazy, we had better leave, Shah Rukh runs into the studio garden, panting and out of breath. He sits next to us on the garden bench. When I was about to say, "Look, no hard feelings, I'll cast another actor," Shah Rukh, still out of breath, looks at me and says, "I'm on."